Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. So I thought I would just jump on and do a really quick live. Oh, just tidying myself. Yeah, getting organised. So I'm just doing a quick live in between work because Monday is a really busy day for me. So I just wanted to jump on, and this is going to be a really short live because I've got to be back at work in about, I'm back at work at 4 o'clock and it's now 3:25. So yeah, this is going to be a 15-20 minute live. So I can see I've got somebody with me. Hello, Horatio. Hi, great to have you with me this afternoon. So I'm just having my lunch. I've got a baked potato. It doesn't look very good because I've almost eaten it. It's a baked potato with a bit of tuna fish with mayo on the top and a little bit of cheese. So I'm just having this whilst I just jump on and do this quick live because I'm trying to be consistent and do lives every day. And so this is going to be a really quick one, but I'm going to answer the question. Do you know what? I've had some really good questions come up recently, and a question that has come up as somebody has said that they've seen a stall in their weight loss. Their weight loss is stalled, and they don't know whether they're eating enough points. And on Facebook groups and in various communities, I've seen people say, if you've got points, eat them. Eat your points, because that can kickstart weight loss. And I got to thinking about this because I know that in the weight loss community, and certainly in the Weight Watchers community, that is very much a rhetoric. If you ask and you say, I'm on a plateau, I've not lost weight for 3 or 4 weeks, I'm working out, I've got loads of points left over every single week or every day. The common response is each point. So I got to thinking about this, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I don't agree. I really don't agree. And I'd be interested to know your thoughts. And somebody gave that exact scenario, that for the past 6 weeks, they've been working out, doing lots of work, they're following the plan, the Weight Watchers plan, but they're not losing weight. They have not shifted anything. And they wanted to know what was going on. They explained that they have lots of points left over at the end of the week, 20-30 points that they've built up because they're really active, doing a lot of activity. They're eating most of their dailies, but they, are rolling over and they're adding weeklies to the pot, and they didn't know what was going on. So the community jumped in and said, each points. And I was like, do you know what? No. If you are satisfied, if what you've eaten for the day means that you are satisfied, then indeed, Horatio, indeed, that used to be the standard answer, was that if you are not eating all your points, they used to say you're not eating enough. And I thought about this, and and also looking at my own journey, I started to think about this, and I thought, if we are eating 20 points a day and we're satisfied and we're not hungry, then stop. Because the Weight Watchers plan should be teaching us healthy habits for a lifetime. And it was overeating when we were satisfied that led us to gaining weight. We ate, we were satisfied, but as the saying goes, our eyes were bigger than the belly. And we started overeating. We started overeating because we were satisfied, but we just wanted more. So I started to think about that question, and I thought, do you know what? I don't agree with it. I don't agree of this rhetoric that you're not eating enough. If we're eating and we're satisfied, stop. Stop. And if you go anywhere else outside of Weight Watchers, you know, if you speak to a nutritionist, you know, a dietitian, a doctor, they would all tell you that eat till you're satisfied and then stop. Right, Horatio, you would overeat and didn't stop eating until you were stuffed. Absolutely. So the Weight Watchers plan should be teaching us these healthy habits, to listen to those signals and to stop eating when we're satisfied, not full. There is a difference between eating till we're full and eating till we're satisfied. And when we eat till we're satisfied, in my humble opinion, it's when you're eating slowly, you taste your food, you savor your food, it's going down and you're thinking, God, that's really nice. That's satisfaction. But then what we've learned is to eat till we're full. And as you say, Horatio, eat till we're bursting, eating till we're stuffed, eating until, you know, we sit back and we go, you know, and we're thinking, how are we going to get off this chair? And we're going to have to undo the button, undo the belt, undo the zip. That's eating till we're full. And Weight Watchers, we should be learning to eat till we're satisfied. So when I thought about that response, I thought, if we are saying to people, if you're satisfied, but you still have points left over, eat your points. I'm like, well, how is that teaching us new healthy habits? How is that teaching us to recognize that signal of satiety? You know, you've got 4 or 5 points left over. Okay, well, we might as well have a chocolate biscuit. It's those habits that got us to this point, that made us overweight, that made us have that habit of overeating. So when I thought about the question, and somebody jumped in the conversation and said, well, if you've got points left over, eat your points, eat your points. And I said, no. I said, no. I was bold, because bold is my word for the year. I was bold. And I said, no. I said, if you've eaten and you are satisfied, stop. Stop eating. Do not feel that you have to use your points. So Horatio, one of your issues is that you ate too quickly, so you don't give your stomach enough brain time to realize that you're full, and it's a problem that you're trying to correct. Yeah, I totally hear you. Eat slowly, and we make that brain stomach connection. That's what I've done on my journey. I had to learn that, and it's made a massive difference. And, you know, so I had a baked potato. This isn't looking very pretty. I had a baked potato with tuna and cheese, right? I've eaten about 2/3. I can't eat anymore because I'm eating it slowly, because my brain stomach connection. Back in the day, I would have said, I'm going to stuff this down. But now I'm eating it slowly. I'm like, no, I'm full, because it gives your body time to recognize those signals. So if you've eaten, even if you've eaten 16 points for the day out of your 23, and you are satisfied and you are not hungry, stop eating. Stop eating. Don't ever feel that you have to use all your points. Don't ever feel that because you've got weeklies left, you're going to have a blowout. No, we're supposed to be learning healthy habits. That is what people who are not doing Weight Watchers do. That is what slim people do. They eat slowly, as you said, Horatio. They eat slowly. They're satisfied. They recognize that brain stomach signal, and they stop eating when they are full and satisfied. When they're satisfied, that's what people who are not doing Weight Watchers, who are healthy and within the right range, do. So please don't buy into that rhetoric that if you've got points left over, you've got to eat them. By all means, if you have points left over and you are hungry, yeah, then eat your points. But if you are satisfied, no matter how many points you've got left, stop eating, because you're needing to learn healthy habits, because that's when, for whatever reason, if you stop doing the Weight Watchers plan, weight goes back on. If for whatever reason you can't track, that's when you have the weight gain, because we've not learned the healthy habits. We've not learned the healthy habits of saying, you know, because we should get to a point at some point in our journey where we say, like I did, and I'm not saying I'm the example, I'm just saying this is what happened for me, is I got to a point where I just thought, you know what, I've learned what healthy habits look like. I know what a healthy meal looks like. I know what a healthy portion looks like. I know what to recognize my signals when I'm full, and that's why I've stopped eating. We shouldn't get to a point where we are guided by an app. We shouldn't get to the point where we need a corporate company, a multi-billion faceless corporate company, to tell us how much we need to eat. Use it for guidance. Use the app for education and educate yourself on it. But when your stomach, listen to your stomach, guys, when your stomach says you are full or you are satisfied, stop eating, no matter how many points you have left. The minute we start saying, oh, I've got like 10 points left, I'm going to eat those points in order to gain weight loss, it becomes counterproductive. You're leaning into the app to guide your sense of satiety rather than leaning on your body and listening to your body. So it was so interesting when somebody said they hadn't lost weight for a couple of weeks. They're doing lots of exercise. They're building up lots of points. They're not eating their points. And the community jumped on and said, each point. And I said, no, hang on a minute. Are you satisfied? The person said, yes, I'm satisfied. I'm not hungry at all. I said, well, don't eat your points. Don't eat your points. Look at other things. It may be, there's hormones at play. Our bodies, we are a walking, underneath all of this skin, I am a walking hot pot of hormones. We all are. We are hormonal. And hormones will play a part in the journey. It could be that, our hormones, we haven't had enough sleep, and those hormones, ghrelin, leptin are kicking in. It could be that we've not had enough water that week. And then the person who was saying about they've not lost weight, and they did say, actually, I've not been drinking as much water this week. It could be that. It could be the time of year. I know that for me, when the weather is very hot or when it's cold, my joints play up terribly and I retain fluid. And that can prevent a weight loss or can show on the scale. Stress is another thing that can really affect our weight loss journey. There can be all sorts of reasons why we're not seeing a loss on the scale, but it's never, ever going to be because you're not eating too much. Never, ever is it going to be that. So, you know, if ever you get to a point, hi Cass, hello my lovely, hello my lovely. So, you know, the question, if you've just joined me, I've just jumped on for a few minutes in between in my lunch break, because the next time I get a big break from work, it's going to be dark and the light isn't good. The light is really good in the kitchen, but not in the evening. So that's why I thought I'd jump on now and do this really quick live for you. But there was a really, really, really good question. And the question was, somebody said that they've not, it's been several weeks, they haven't lost any weight. What's going on? They identified that they've got loads of weeklies left. They're rolling over points every day, but they're also not drinking their water. Sorry, I thought somebody was in my house, but it's not. It's the cat jumping up at the door. Scared the life out of me. And thought it was my lucky day. Thought I had a secret admirer coming in. No chance. So the question was, what's going on? So lots of people in the community jumped in and said, eat your points. If you've got points left over, eat your points. And I was like, no. From you're full and you're satisfied, that's not the problem. And if we're going to encourage people to eat their points when they are not hungry, we're not supporting them with healthy habits, because it was overeating that got many of us here. I know it got me here, overeating. So that was what we were talking about today, is that if you are satisfied after you've eaten a meal, just stop eating. Don't feel that you have to eat every morsel. And again, we learn that from childhood, from growing up. You know, our parents, and then my parents did, was each dinner, finish it all. I want it all gone. You know, there's starving children in the world, you know, and all of that business. So we've often learned those unhealthy habits. And the other unhealthy habit is when in the weight loss community, we're told, in my opinion, we're told, eat all your points. If you've got points left over, eat them. If you are satisfied, obviously if you're hungry, eat them. Don't ever go hungry. But if you are satisfied and you're not hungry, then just stop eating. You know, drink your water. Drink plenty of water. Talking about that, I need to top my water up. Drink plenty of water. Find a distraction. Go for a walk. Do an activity. Get out in the garden. Do something to take your mind off the fact that you've got loads of points, because you're not hungry. So you're not thinking about food, you know. So I just wanted, it was just so interesting. Hi Esther, hello my lovely. You're having a bad food day. What does that look like? What is a bad food day? Do you know, I only say it's only bad if we think it's bad. Yeah, if we think it's good, it's good. I've got do you know what I've got a load of brownies that I made yesterday and the day before in the kitchen. I've got some fruit crumble, and I'm back at work at 4 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, when I finish, I'm going to have a piece of, well, I'm not going to have the brownie. I'm going to have the fruit crumble, because, oh my days, that was pop. I'm going to warm that up. But, you know, we only think we're having a bad day if we believe it. You know, what is a bad food day, Esther? What does that look like? And is that more about your mindset? Yeah, you know. Oh, you had a breakfast with a fry up, and you had a huge bagel and cream cheese. Do you know what, my darling? That sounds absolutely delicious. That sounds delicious in my book. That doesn't sound like a bad day to me. Sounds delicious. Enjoy that. Build it in. Build it into your day. And Cass, you said when you was on Slimming World at group, if someone hadn't lost, they were told they weren't eating enough. I know. You always disagreed with this opinion. If that were true, no one would be underweight. I know it. You know what? And you know what? It's not just a Slimming World. They say that at Weight Watchers. They say that at Weight Watchers. If you've not lost weight, if you're in a plateau, you're not eating enough. Absolute. Oh, I can't swear on it, but I want to say it. That's a load of B. It really, truly is. It was overeating that got us where we are, that got us overweight. It was overeating that made me 10 stone heavier, that made me sick with diabetes, lupus, arthritis, bursitis, fibromyalgia, heart disease, and high blood pressure and cholesterol. It was overeating that did that. And yet, why are we saying that in our communities? That if you've not lost weight, you're not eating enough. I've never heard so much rubbish before in my life. Guys, listen, there is a lot that's been said. You know, you have to cut through the nonsense. You have to cut through it. I often say there's a lot of noise, and not everything that's said is true, and not everything that's said is helpful. Not everything that's said is accurate. And you have to filter. You have to put on your filter, and you have to filter through what is going to work for you. And even with what I say, you still need to filter it and say, do you know what? Angela said this, and yeah, I agree with her, but she said that, and that's a load of nonsense. I don't agree with that. And that's okay. You know, not everything I say you're going to agree with, and that's healthy. That's healthy. You know, we have to think about things, and everything that, and when I was new on my Weight Watchers journey, I used to take everything that like the coaches and the members used to say. I took it as gospel, and over time I stopped and I used to think about things, and I used to think, that doesn't, from my experience, that doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit well with me. And I want you guys to be like that. I want you to listen and take what you need. Take what you need. And if something doesn't feel right or sound right, just think about it. And you know, we don't always need to make a big song and dance about it when we hear about it. We just go away and think about it. Yeah, just think about things. So that was something that I heard a lot of people have said in the weight loss community, not just at Weight Watchers, but in the weight loss community. They say that a lot. If you have not lost weight, you're not eating enough. Rubbish. Rubbish. You know, how is that supporting healthy habits? So, yeah. So if that's you and you've not lost weight, then keep eating till you are satisfied and then be done. If you've got points left over, don't worry about it. Don't feel you have to eat it or, you know, have a massive blowout. Don't feel that you need to do that. Just keep building healthy habits. Drink your water. Get plenty of water down. Get plenty of sleep. Get plenty of rest. Look at your food and ensure that you're nourishing your body with good quality food. Get some activity in. Get plenty of rest, get plenty of sleep, do all of those things, but just keep continuing. If after several weeks you are gaining weight, then yes, I would then say there's a problem there and that needs to be looked at. But if you're staying the same, that's just your body saying, I'm adjusting. When I was on my journey to losing 114 pounds, I don't know if I've ever told you that, guys, Do you know if I've ever mentioned before that I've lost 114 pounds? But there were many weeks, even months, where I didn't lose not even a bean, didn't even drop a chickpea, didn't drop a kidney bean, didn't drop a thing. And I wasn't doing anything wrong. It was just my body was adjusting. And when my body was ready, the weight came off. And I would lose consistently for a couple of weeks, and then nothing changed. And then my body would stop. That's just how it is. And sometimes we want to give our bodies a good shake, but that's just how our bodies work. Our bodies are incredible. And one thing that I learned from my doctor when at the height of my illness, I'd just come out of hospital with my heart and my lungs. I was a complete mess. And I went back to work after 3 weeks, and my doctor sat me down and he said, respect your body. He said, respect your body. He said, if you don't give your body the respect that it deserves, you ain't going to be around. And that always stuck with me. That's nearly 30 years ago he said that. And I've learned to respect my body. My body is amazing. It can do incredible things. We have to respect it. We've got to treat our bodies well, nourish it, look after it, and it will reward us. We can't rush it, can't rush our bodies. So just keep feeding and nourishing your bodies. And if you don't see any weight loss for weeks or months, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's just your body is adjusting. But you may not see the weight loss on the scale, but definitely look at other measures. Look at take your body measurements, feel your clothes. Do your clothes feel a little bit looser? Do you feel stronger? Oh, you needed to hear that, Esther. Really pleased to hear. Yeah, are you feeling stronger? Can you get up the stairs a little bit easier? Can you walk that little bit further? Can you get out of bed with a little bit of a spring in your step? Are you sleeping better? All of these things. Are you sitting down and resting without falling asleep? That was my problem. I couldn't sit for 5 minutes to watch the TV and I'd fall asleep. All of these things are great measures of success. Don't just go by those scales, because if you go in by the number on the scales, there's one thing that is sure: you will be disappointed. You will be disappointed. That is one thing for certain. So definitely look at all different measures of success. And Kaz says what works for one doesn't work for another. We have to find our own way and learn for ourselves what is healthy, what is good, and what isn't. Absolutely true. Because we are all, we're the same but different. We're different. So, yeah, I've got to get back to work now, guys. So I'm going to go make me a cuppa, finish my water, and I'm back on at 4 o'clock. And then 4 till 5, and then I've got a break from 5 o'clock. But at 5 o'clock, it's going to be too dark to do any lives. In fact, I've never, normally when I do my lives or my videos, I'm at that end of the kitchen and I'm stood in front of the window and I have the natural light coming in. But I'm at my desk, a different part of the kitchen. This is my fish tank. This is the nursery. This is where I keep the babies, the baby fish. Yeah, this is all the babies in here. Yeah, I've got little Buddha in there. This is where I keep all the babies. And then I have my main fish tank in the living room. So I'm sitting this way, but I've never ever done a live when it's gone dark. Do you know what? I might try it. I might do a 10-minute live at just after 5, maybe about 5:15, just to see what the lighting is like, to see if that works. And no, I'm not doing Claire. I'm with Elaine. Anyway, thank you so much for your company. I hope that was helpful. I hope you found that helpful. Yeah, it was a question that I had that I just wanted to come on. And there is another question that I do actually want to talk about. But maybe I'll do that at 5 o'clock or just after 5. Anyway, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here with me. I'm going to go now. Whatever you're doing this afternoon, have a lovely, lovely, lovely time. And I'll see you soon. Take care now. Bye.